Hey y'all, it's your girl Ree with another quick word Thursday. Hope the day has been going great and you're having a phenomenal day so far. Let's get right into it. So I am just coming from a film festival event. Shout out to IBDFF. And my gosh, it was so amazing just to see the diversity in the Black community, the Black culture, and just in general, just diverse cultures as well that were present, representative during the film festival, and that received the award recipients that received the awards. I have to be a co-host. Yay, opportunities. But yeah. So that's pretty much what I want to talk about is like the theme, the same, what a lot of the producers, directors, the actors, actresses, what they've been saying throughout the evening when they're giving their thank you speeches or even during the panel discussions. What the theme thing that they have said was, well, they all shared collectively that, things that you will run into budget wise, cast, just you name it, various other things that they named that could have been a setback or a hindrance, if you may want to call it that, but nonetheless, they still pressed on, they still pushed on. And I just want to use this time to encourage you. This one lady, she had mentioned that, when God gives you a vision, and I know last week we talked about not bearing your talents or your gifting, but when God gives you a vision, she was saying, yes, it may seem like, what am I doing? How am I going to do this? How am I going to get this done? Finances may be funny, okay, because let's just be real. A lot of times we have big, we have grand scheme plans, and it's like, but how are we gonna do this, Lord? How are we gonna fund this? But what she had said was, don't worry about that. Go forth, and God will lead you. God will direct you. And I just want, it encouraged me so much. I know I had a conversation with her afterwards, and I told her thank you for saying that, because I was having a conversation with one of my friends literally the day before about, her and I were just talking about, us going deeper into our stories. And another film artist had mentioned that, about our unique stories, sharing the story. No one can tell your story. And I think I've said it before, better than you. You are the best storyteller of your life. I mean, yeah, you could have someone do a screenplay, write about it, but your authentic story, the things that you've experienced, the things that you've been through, the trials, the testings, the growing pains, the thorn in the flesh, you name it, all these things have helped develop you into being you. And I know for me, I so needed it, and this is a word of encouragement for myself as well, is, go back to scripture, write the vision, make it plain, and just go forth, be obedient to the task God giving you. Maybe be obedient to the last thing God told you to do before you can move on to the next step. We go back in the book with Abraham. Abraham was called to leave his family. He was told to leave and go into, and look, Abraham became the father of many nations, and there's so many other individuals in the Bible we talk about, but I just really, really, really want to just hone in on, don't worry. The Bible also talks about, look at the birds of the air, they neither sow nor reap, but yet your Father still feeds them. Are we much more greater value than men? We can't forget that our God owns the cattle on 1,000 hills. If he were hungry, we would not know it. I mean, we could talk about that all day, and I get it. I understand, because trust me, there's so many. I'm a good starter, and I had this a conversation with one of my with Apostle, and it's just funny. I'm a great starter at things, but finishing sometimes ain't that great, but I always will have great ideas or grand ideas, and it's like, okay, God, how do you do this? How am I going to do this? And worry and doubt come in, because we a lot of us times we like to see and have the planner from A all the way to Z with the extras, you know what I mean? But yeah, God's like, hey, I want you to start off here and watch where I'm going to take you. And just start, do what you can, and keep saying it over and over again. Do what you can do, and allow God take you to launch you into where He's called you to be, and just beyond even our own imaginations or our thought process. And I know many times a lot of people talk about, if God were to show us the end of a thing, we will be afraid. We probably wouldn't even go into where He's taking us, if we were to see the finished product. And I know for myself, I was even making a joke about, about where I am right now. Like, I didn't ask to be a part of leadership. I didn't ask for none of this. I'm like, I was just cool. I was coasting, doing what I was doing, just serving, greeting. But yet, God is pushing me and developing me. Excuse me, I can speak. Developing me. I need to go to bed. I am so tired. Developing me into what He's developed me into. So I know there's so much more. I just thank God for the speaking opportunities that He has given me. I didn't get a chance to share with the Women's High Tea event that we had a few Saturdays ago. Still gotta do a video about that, and just, again, doing things, stepping out by faith, and allowing God to continue to mold and shape you, and just doing things out of your comfort zone, doing things because that's the direction He's leading you. And do not worry about anything. Don't worry. Like, I could even share with my book that I wrote, When Church Hurts. It is available everywhere. Go get the book. And I'm going to be doing more about that very soon. So stay tuned to that. But I honestly, like, even writing the book, a lot of it was done through my phone, my iPhone. A lot of it, even on my laptop crashed. And I remember going to the library just to get into a new environment to finish writing the book. I would go daily, you know what I mean? Or I had some days off as well. But that was me getting into a different environment just to be able to be creative and flow and just, function. But sometimes we need to do that, get into a different environment just so that we can breathe and, get a different perspective, a different lens. But anyhow, as I was saying, with the first book that I was able to self-publish, like, I'm like, God, where are the finances for this book? How am I going to do this? How am I going to do that? But yet, I was able to self-publish a book. You know what I mean? And I have a few others that are completed that are waiting to drop soon. I don't know when yet. I gotta do some other things first, but they are completed. I just gotta get the editing process done, but we're pretty much good to go. But yeah, it's amazing. And I think most my prayer for all of us, all of us who are just stuck in that place of, like, God, this is what you're calling me to do, and I just don't see the next. Just continue on in what you're doing. Continue spending time with the Father, seeking God's face, asking Him for divine instruction, and doing research that you need to do for yourself to prepare yourself, and put yourself in environments that can help foster you, and then put yourself around people that will push you into the greatness. And don't worry, because God will provide. He is a provider. He will link you. He will connect you. He will put you in places and positions. And like, you'll be even looking back at yourself like, y'all be looking at me like how I got here. I'm looking at myself like, how in the heck? When in the heck? I didn't ask for all of this, okay? I just, it was cool. Just, as I said, you want this here? I'm cool putting that there. But yet, God has so much value for you, and He has so much greatness that needs to come out of you for the world to experience you. So be encouraged, y'all. We're all in this together, and I'm looking forward to seeing all that God has for you. We are halfway there. We're in the halfway mark of the year, and it has been a great year so far. I don't know about you. I mean, there's been a little bit of bumps along the way, but God is faithful. He is faithful. He is faithful. He is faithful. He is so faithful. And just be encouraged. All right, y'all. That's all I got for now. Peace out until we speak again.